Apprentice, your arrival here is well timed. Who are you? I am Bullock, a Jedi from the Enclave. I was sent by the Jedi Council to investigate a killing that took place here a few hours ago. Communication does not pose a problem, as both the suspects and I speak basic Cantonese. I was going to handle the case myself, but now that you are here, this could be an excellent opportunity for you to demonstrate how well you have been learning from your lessons at the Academy. Though you are not yet a full Jedi, perhaps you could assist me in sorting out the truth from the lies. What do you want me to do? Listen to the stories given by the two suspects. I have brought an information retrieval droid with success to the archives, both as the Jedi Enclave and the planetary capital. I will use my wisdom and experience to offer you some guidance, but I will not solve the case for you. There is little benefit if you do not solve the problem yourself. Consider each man's account and check the facts with the information right. Once you have gathered all the evidence you think you need, run through the possible scenario with me. If you are unable to come to a satisfactory resolution, then I will take these men to the Enclave and deal with this myself. According to the accounts of the participants, these three men were out here in the field together earlier, before the clouds broke. It's find that very odd, for most people would seek shelter indoors when the sky is filled with dark storm clouds, as it was earlier today, but that is not the most puzzling aspect of the case. The dead man, Calder Nedic, was shot in the back with a blast rifle. A rifle was found lying near his body with bloodstains on it, and it had been sent back to the Enclave for analysis. Two other men were found at the scene when I arrived. One was Handon Gold, he was unarmed. The other was Rickard Lussoff, who was carrying a hunting laser. Both men say they did not do anything and that they came across the body, but both also accuse the other. Obviously, there is more to this than what we have been told. Is there anything else I should know? There is one last thing. When I arrived, Handon was holding his side and Rickard was favoring one of his legs. You would do all to remember this as we progress through the case. If there is anything else you need, you will remain here while you question. I will remain here while you question the witnesses. I guess we could try and do this real quick. I don't know how long this takes, but can we investigate the body? Where's the body at? The body's somewhere, right? We don't get. Oh, here we go. For the body, he was apparently shot from behind with a blaster. All right, let's talk to one of them.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Should I have?
I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, when all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
Did you see the killer? We'll just go on.
I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Alright. I don't remember the answer to this quest.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lussoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Okay, let's talk to him. I think I have an idea. Yes, is there something I can do to help you with in the investigation? I want to discuss the murder. Okay. Very well, we should start at the beginning. If we find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle, we will no doubt resolve the case. Handon said that he was nearby when he heard a shot and ran over, only to find Calder already dead. He said Rickard came out of the shadows of the rocks holding a blaster in his hand. Rickard said that he was hunting Iriaz, saw one through the glare of the sun and shot at it. It is possible that Rickard may have shot Calder accidentally and Handon may have found the body. That seems very unlikely explanation. It's more likely that at least one of them is lying. Obviously, one of these men is not telling us something. But where does the truth lie? I do not know. Perhaps you should examine the witness stories more closely. Also, you can always speak with the information retrieval droid to gain access to data from the Jedi Enclave that pertains to the case. Alright, let's talk to the droid.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here in Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Ricard Lusov, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require?
What did you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need?
Tell me about these planes.
These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Kath hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by Kath hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
I'll have more questions later.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
So let's confront the guy who was out on a run with no weapon.
How can I be of further assistance?
You're holding your side. Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that.
I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Why were you out here?
I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there.
Do you often run around the plains?
Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say.
I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Nothing more right
Of
now.
course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Why can't I ask him why was he running without a gun?
What do you want to know?
Why were well, we know why he's out here. No. Bullock said you were limping. Are you hurt?
Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious.
I want to ask you something else.
So, what do you want to know?
Why were you out here?
I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Irias. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those Kath hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot, pow, it went down. But when I come over here, there's Handon standing over the body and the Irias was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with this, so can I go now?
Not just yet.
Ah, please. So, what do you want to know?
What did you see happen?
Well, I was out hunting Irias south of here, and I saw one over by the bridge. The sun was pretty much right behind it, though, so I shot, and when I came over, Calder must have been hunting it himself, because there was a rifle lying close to the body. Bullock's got that now. Mine, too. I want that back.
Alright, that's all for now. Alright, let's ask Bullock about the rifle. Is there something I can do to help you with your investigation? I want to discuss the murder. Very well, we should start at the beginning. Okay, we know that. Which one? Hold on. Which one's Rickard? Are you Handon's lying. Right. Handon is lying. Why do you believe that? Fat people always lie. He didn't mention the he didn't actually I reconsider. Rickard is lying. Why do you believe that? There are no no, that's not. It was cloudy. There was no sun glare. That's right. Yes, very well done. It was very cloudy this morning. If it had happened as Rickard said, the sun would not have been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Rickard in a bit of a lie. It seems I was correct in assuming you could help with the case. This lie doesn't prove Rickard is guilty, but I think you have taken the first step in unraveling this mystery. We should proceed on to the next point. We need to find motive for the killing. Maybe you should talk to the men about the relationship with the victim. If there is anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Excuse me. Hey, man.
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him.
No one says you killed him yet.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him?
I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Never mind. Why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him.
No one... Okay, that's all for now.
Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Let's go talk to Rickard.
So, what do you want to know?
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife.
I want to ask you something else.
So, what do you want to know?
Why would someone want to kill him?
You Jedi are so predictable. Always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy.
I want to ask you something else.
So, what do you want to know?
Nothing right now.
Right.
Let's talk to Baluk. Well, let's talk to the droid.
Is there any other information you need?
What can you tell me about Calder and Handon?
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need?
Tell me about Rickard and Calder.
According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need?
I have to go.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Alright. So let's talk to Bullock. Yes, there's something. I want to discuss the murder. We know Rickard lied about the sun blinding him while he was shooting, but we need more to go on. Let's examine the relationship of each man with the victim. Handon told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard and the victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they got along quite well on the surface. Neither man seems to have a motive for killing Calder. Handon is lying. Why do you believe that? He had rented a speeder with Calder. The Southwood Company's record did say that Calder and Handon had rented a land speeder together several times. This shows that he did, in fact, know the victim, but this hardly counts as motive for murder. I'm afraid I can't accept your judgment on this point. Supposition does not equal evidence. If you are unable to deduce the facts of this case, I will have to take these men to the Enclave and deal with this myself. But since you have talked to the suspects, there is no harm in you trying a bit more. Let me try something else. Very well. I believe there may have a chance of you solving this. Where does the truth lie? I don't know. Perhaps you should examine the witness stories more closely. Also, you can always... Okay, yeah, I know that. Let's talk to Hannah and see if we can confront him.
How can I be of further assistance?
You knew Calder better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Punch his face in. Why?
My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
I want to ask you something else.
How can I be of further assistance?
Nothing more.
Of course, of course. Listen, if you...
We're gonna, I guess you know what we'll do is we'll exhaust everything
So,
possible.
what do you want?
You thought Calder was cheating you?
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
You can't deny it, but there was bad blood between you.
Right.
What?
So, what do you want to know?
Nothing more right now.
Right.
Alright, let's talk to Baluk. Let's talk to the droid.
Is there any other...
Nothing for now.
Very well.
Alright, let's talk to Baluk. Maybe we have something. I think we only get one more fail. I want to discuss the murder. Okay, right. Hannon is lying. He knew his wife was cheating on him. He was probably stalking him. Actually, I reconsider. Let's look at this one. They had a fight over business matters. He does not seem like a businessman. He's getting on my nerves. But who is lying? Has a motive for murder, at least according to their own accounts. What do you think? Hannon is lying. He knew his wife was cheating on him. So either is cheating worse than business? Well, that certainly is motive for murder. The case is taking shape, however. You mustn't jump to any quick conclusion. Perhaps we should now focus on the murder weapon itself. You might want to see what information the witnesses in the information droid can provide to you about the blaster found near the body. If there is anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Alright, let's talk to him.
So, what do you want to know?
What about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Ichanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's.
I'm gonna ask you something else.
So, what do you want to know?
That's it for now.
Right.
Let's talk to him.
How can I be of further assistance?
What do you know about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
Never mind.
Of course, of course.
Alright, let's talk to the droid.
Is there any other information you need?
Is there a report of Hannon's blaster being stolen?
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need?
So he's lying about the blaster. Tell me about the weapon found at the scene.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need?
Alright, let's go confront him.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Hey.
How can I be of further assistance?
Of
course.
Nothing more right now. Let's talk to Baluk. See if we can. Yes, yeah. Let's discuss the murder. Right. The blaster's Hannon's. He lied about it being stolen. So we have caught Hannon in a lie. Interesting, but I think we may need one final piece to the puzzle. There's a blood sample on the weapon that has been sent back for analysis before you arrive. Perhaps you could inquire with the information droid about it. If there's anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Okay, let's talk to the droid.
Is there any other
Tell me about the blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need?
Looks like I need to cut off some limbs. We just asked that, right? Yep. I will have more questions later. Well, let me refresh
I have
this.
just received the blood.
Okay.
Is that
Just making sure. Got
Very
more
well.
questions later. Let's talk to him.
How can I be of further assistance?
Nothing right now. Let's see.
Of course.
Let's see. Let's talk
So,
to him.
What do you want?
Okay, nothing
Right.
there. Let's confront him about it.
How can I be of further...
You wanted to kill Calder for having an affair with your
Knock
wife.
his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. Oh my. I hope you don't find that incriminating. Normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Neddick, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less.
Well, if you can't keep her, it's your own fault.
But
Damn right,
as much
Canders.
as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I was just out running, trying to clear my head.
Right. Want to ask you something else?
How can I be afraid?
That's it for now.
Of course.
All right, let's talk to Baluk. Yes, is there something I can do to help you with the... I want you to discuss the murder. I assume the blood on the weapon belongs to the victim, but I want to be thorough. What have you learned about the blood on the weapon? It didn't belong to the victim. That is surprising. So the blood must have belonged to one of the suspects, but which one? It's Hannon's blood. Why do you believe that? He's clutching his... Actually, I reconsider. Very well. Whose blood do you think it is? It's Rickard's blood. Why do you believe that? Actually, I reconsider. Very well. Who's... Why do I have to pick one? It's Hannon's blood. He's clutching his side. Hannon had been moving oddly since I arrived. Perhaps we should examine him a little more closely.
Hey, what are you doing?
There's blood. Hannon appeared to have suffered some sort of blaster wound to his side. It would seem there is one logical scenario. Hannon killed Calder for having an affair with his wife. Rickard was the one hunting and accidentally shot Hannon after he killed Kander. I actually agree with that. And so you have made your
I
judgment
can
in this
leave
case?
now, then?
Stay out of trouble from now on.
What? No!
Yes, Mr. Gold, is there something wrong? Do you not feel justice has been done here? Do you not feel you should be taken to the Enclave for sentencing?
No. If I'm going, I'm not going alone. You don't know what you've done.
What do you mean?
Look, I came out here, I admit, to kill Calder, but so did Rickard. He must have thought it was Calder when he shot and hit me. So I'm going to prison, but I shouldn't be going alone. Did you idiots have to let the slime ball go?
It appears your investigations were incomplete. I imagine if we're examining the business record, we will discover Calder had been cheating Rickard. That information would have been easily accessible through the information droid. You should have looked into it during your...
You tentacle-headed moron! I came out here and killed Calder, but Rickard was here to do that too, and he shot me by mistake.
I will return to the Enclave with Mr. Gold in custody. I will also have the authorities apprehend Mr. Losa. It is a minor inconvenience, but one well worth the cost if you have learned your lesson here. I realize your judgment was incorrect, but I allow you to make it so you could understand that there are always consequences for your action. As a Jedi, you must always remember this. Good day, and may the Force be with you. Why is it fading to black? Alright, guys. well, that was a experience, I guess. I think if we probably aced it, we would have gotten 500 experience. Any journal entry? No. Okay. Alright, cool. So thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry, I know that last part could be boring and not that interesting. But thank you guys for watching. If I missed anything, please leave it in the comments down below. If you're liking these videos, make sure you're subscribed. If you're subscribed, hit the bell button for notifications. If you think a friend or family member would be interested in these, suggest it to them. Make sure you guys are also checking out my platinum playthrough of Fallout New Vegas, where I am going to platinum the whole game and record it. And if you're a fan of Fallout 3 or New Vegas, you can check out my Fallout New Vegas, but I also have a platinum playthrough of Fallout 3. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.